So you're here, I'm guessing, because somebody suggested to you that journaling would be a wonderful idea. And it might be something that you've tried in the past and thrown your journal away in complete and utter disgust because it just hasn't worked for you. So what my intention is to introduce you to a different way of getting into the journaling habit and starting to actually look forward to doing it. Because let's face it, what is the point of getting out a journal and sitting and looking at it and thinking, I don't want to do this. So it's like anything in life, we have to make it a habit. And all of that starts with a major why. Why do you want to do it? Not why does someone else want to do it? Why do you want to do journaling? Well, I can tell you why I do it. Now, I've done it for so long, I can't even remember when I started. And I know that my journaling has changed because I've changed. So when I first started, I've been in a few dark places, but when I first started, it was mostly because I was in a bit of a dark place and I wanted some perspective and some clarity on life. And I wanted a place to vomit on the page. I wanted to scream and shout and swear and ee. And that's what I did. So when I first started, I'd wake up in the middle of the night and I think, I hate my life, I don't want to be here. And I would write whatever came out of my head. And in the morning, I'd wake up and I think, oh dear. But then I had an opportunity to reflect. When in 2018 my spine fractured, I was immobile for a short while. It took everything that I had to just get out of bed. I refused to go to the hospital and I wanted to heal naturally. And I've always been interested in, I lost my train of thought then, always been interested in nutrition. So I studied nutrition for since my 20s. So I decided that I would get myself a brand new journal. There was one downstairs, had to get myself out of bed. And I bought that up. I also bought up all of my nutrition books, and I had so I had a big king size bed, had my brand new journal, and I had my all my nutrition books. And I did two key things. I vomited on the page. I was in excruciating pain, and when I'd wake up in the night, I did not want to be on this planet. I can tell you that pain, horrendous. So I would just write any old whatever came into my head. But what I also used it for was I went on a journey of discovery. I thought, I'm not going to take drugs. I'm going to learn how to heal my bones naturally. And so what I used my journal for was I did diagrams and exploration, and I used it to make sense of what I read in all of these different books. So I did a lot of research. I worked out all kinds of different pathways that things happen in the body. I looked at different foods, so that was my big why. And that's great. But you're sat here and you're going, like, how do I even start? How do I even start? So I just invite you for a moment to bring your hands to your heart and think, why do I want to do this? What do I want to get out of this? What is my outcome? And something will pop into your head. Just scribble it down somewhere. So let's look now at some of the, I'm going to call it the mechanics of journaling, some of the things that are really going to help you. Now, the first thing that you need is a journal, right? Who knows what kind of journal you want? So you might want to put a little notebook into your bag or put this somewhere in your house and just add little things to it as the day goes by. You might want to have it on if you work, have your own business, you might want to use it to put little celebrations in. You might like something like this, just a whole load of blank lines. You might like this is I always buy really nice journals, and I'm going to come on to a really nice journal in a minute. But we have I live in Spain and we have what's called Todo shops, and they sell all kinds of stuff. So this is a very cheap, got no lines on it, journal. And I don't mind journals with no lines. So this I keep to show people that, you can get journals like that. So you might prefer that kind of journal that has no lines, and you might want to start with something that doesn't cost you a lot of money. That's a couple of quid, a couple of euros. This 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 is something I purchased a long, long, long time ago, and I'll tell you why I can't use it. I'll tell you what I like about it. I like that it's got a hardcover, and I like that it's got that. What I don't like is it's got lines. So what I actually use this for is as I go through the day and I write down the stuff that I've done. So it's not quite journaling, but you might like something like that. So I use that just to keep notes. So let's come on to the journal that I really like. So this is by a company called Stationery Island. It's A5. They come in beautiful colors. Now, look, don't touch me. Don't touch me. I like to choose the color of the journal that I'm going to use next. So currently I've got one of these and it's red. Perfect. I knew I wanted a green one next. Don't ask me why, I don't know. Now, what I love about this is the quality of the paper is lovely. And it's a bullet journal. So I've said I don't like writing between the lines because I feel like I'm being restricted. I don't mind blank, but I feel like I'm going to wander. And what I like about a bullet journal is, and you probably can't see, it's lots of little dots, but it kind of doesn't restrict me, and it's just great for scribbling. I love these journals, these Stationery Island journals. So please invest in something you're going to want to write in. Buy cheap by all means, but to me, whenever I've bought a cheap journal, after a while, I'm feeling the pages and I'm thinking, oh, I don't like this. So I always buy the same brand. It's always a bullet journal, and I love to write. A pen, you need a pen. Now, I have this Parker pen and I have this Waterman pen. Yes, trying to think of all the different brand names. These are absolutely lovely. I really like writing with a nice pen. But you know what? I have these Bic pens that I buy in a packet of 3 from Lidl. And do you know what? They write beautifully. So the point of that is find a pen you like writing with. Because if you've got something that's scratchy on the paper or it doesn't contact the paper right, your words aren't going to flow. So that's that bit out of the way. Now, the next thing we need to do is work out, where are we going to journal? Environment is everything when it comes to writing. This is the truth. I help people write books as well. And believe you me, if they are not in the right space, those words will not flow. And the same thing happens with journaling. So I couldn't sit at the kitchen table. I'd have one dog. I've got 3 dogs. I'll have one dog pawing me once and go, Mummy, Mummy, I'm a starving waif. I need some food. They'll bark at passerbys because they keep the door open. For me, it's not a conducive environment. Best place for me is bed, which brings me on to my next point, which is about habit stacking. Because if you tag your journaling onto the end of something else, chances are you're going to do it. So habit stacking. So let's say you want to journal at night, or if you want to journal in the morning, but I'm going to do the night because that's me. So it might be go to the bathroom, do your things like clean your teeth. If you wear makeup, take your makeup off, get yourself a glass of water, whatever it is you need to do. So I get myself into bed Two of my three dogs come and join me. So I make sure that they are kind of like not wanting to loll all over me and stuff like that. So I get everything ready. The last thing I do, I haven't got any lip balm with me, but I got lipstick. I stick lip balm on. Now you might think that's kind of really weird, but it's a habit. I cannot go to sleep till I put lip balm on. So the last thing I do is I put lip balm on, then I get my journal, and then I start to write. And we'll come on to getting the writing done next. I've got some great tips for you. Now, if it's in the morning, you might want to go and get yourself a cup of tea. So you might want to get up, go and get a glass of water, have a sip of that. I got one of my dogs downstairs. He came to me after being in a rescue, well, an abusive rescue place for 11 and a half years. So he's been with me currently probably about 9 months, and he won't come out of the kitchen. So when I go down in the morning, I lay on his bed and give him a cuddle while the kettle boils, and then I bring my cup of tea back to bed and I get my journal. But I mostly journal at night. So choose when you're going to do it, stack those habits. I go downstairs, I cuddle Tommy, so it's kettle on, tea bag in, cuddle Tommy, pour in the water, come back upstairs. So it's a habit. So let's get into actually starting to journal. So I have got a great idea for you. So you might find yourself staring at a blank page. I have so many people that say to me they can't write, they don't know what to write, don't even know how to start. Now, if you go to my website, which is daledarley.com, and look for free stuff, there is a 21-day reinvention challenge. So what happens, you sign up, and for 21 days, you get an email. Okay, so now we've got a little reminder. When you get the email, day one is all about intention. So you might read through it, and then there's a series of prompts and affirmations and things that you can do. And you might look at those and think, I just can't answer that. So here's what we're going to do. Go and sign up. And then what we do is we write one word. We write one word in our journal. So let's say I'm journaling at night. I'm going to write the word intention. That's it. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to close my journal, switch off the light, and I'm going to go to sleep. When I wake up in the morning, I am going to open my journal and start writing absolutely anything that comes to mind. And here's what we do with journaling. We start with the mundane and then the magic comes. So you might look at that word intention and think, do you know what? I wrote it last night. Nothing is coming through. So you write something like, well, I've written this word intention and nothing is coming through. I don't know what my intention is. You know, it'd be really nice if somewhere along the line, someone can tell me what my intention. And then what's going to happen, this magic pen of yours is going to suddenly write what's in your heart and soul, and it will change. Now, if you do this in the day, write the one word. You might want to put a post-it note around the house, but all day long, you've got that trigger of the word intention. When you come back to bed at night, start writing. Mundane to magic. Now that's all I'm going to talk about today. I think I've waffled just a little bit too long, but get yourself a journal, think about your why, right environment, stack habits, one word a day, and don't forget to go and sign up for that 21-day challenge. And I'm going to come back and show you how to do some other things to keep that habit going. So I'm Dale, and if you love what I'm doing, don't forget to subscribe and ring my bell.